So, I used to think Joshua Feuerstein was just a moron, but now I don't think that anymore. I actually think he's a really brilliant con man now. For those of you who don't know who Joshua Feuerstein is, he's the #1 preacher on the entire internet right now. No one even comes close to him. His last video got seen like 14 million times alone. When it comes to riling up ignorant religious people on the internet and making money off of them, no one even comes close to Joshua Feuerstein. But just like any good con man, what makes him so good is his ability to lie his ass off whenever he needs to sell his narrative. And this was beautifully illustrated when he was invited on CNN to discuss his latest viral video. For some reason, Christians are very easily pissed off at Starbucks. And Josh Feuerstein is aware of this and chose them as his target. So what they chose to be offended by is the fact that Starbucks decided to change their cup colors to red and green, Christmas colors, but didn't like have snowflakes on it or reindeer on it or have the words Merry Christmas on it or any kind of shit like that. Literally getting pissed off about some of the stupidest shit ever. So Josh Feuerstein has the genius idea to go into Starbucks, lie to the cashier, and tell them his name is Merry Christmas, so that they are forced to write Merry Christmas on the cup. And this started a trend where lots of other Christians did the same thing and went to Starbucks and lied about their name in order to have Merry Christmas written on the cup. So let me get this straight. Your guy gives you 10 very simple rules that he demands you follow. He even calls them commandments. But you guys have decided to break the 9th one, thou shalt not bear false witness, in order to prove to people what good Christians you are? God damn it, you guys are idiots. But anyway, the only way Josh Feuerstein's retarded actions make any sense whatsoever is if he tries to sell this Christian persecution complex. But, unfortunately for him, Christians aren't actually fucking persecuted in the United States, so he has to lie his ass off in order to sell this narrative. And that's exactly what he does. Listen.
Explain in full, though, why this year's Red Cup is making you so angry.
Well, I think it's much more than just a cup. I think it's the overall narrative, and I think that the cup is very symbolic and parabolic in that it parallels a society that is essentially trying to remove Christmas from Christmas. I mean, think about it. Think about the fact that South Park Mall has required that they take down their Christmas tree this year so that it doesn't offend anybody. To think about the fact that there's cities that are banning nativity scenes in front of churches because they don't want it to be offensive. And so...
All right, stop. He tells 2 lies right there. Whenever I'm listening to a con man that I know is a liar, the first thing I do is I go Google what he says to see if it's actually true. And I did that with Josh Feuerstein, and surprise, 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 the dude's lying his ass off. You can go Google it for yourself. First, let's talk about the South Park Mall. The South Park Mall has been in existence for 45 years, and every single one of those years they've had a Christmas tree. Every fucking year, man. The Christmas season is one of the most important times for a mall, so they fall all over themselves to celebrate it in every way possible. It is Christmas out the ass in that mall. Well, this year, they decided to do something a little differently. Since they've done it the same way every year for the last 44 years, they decided to try to be fresh and have a different Christmas display. And instead of putting up a Christmas tree, which is actually a pagan symbol that doesn't have anything to do with Christmas, they decided to put up a North Pole Santa Claus theme. You know, the North Pole and Santa Claus, the thing that was created specifically for Christmas. This in no way had anything to do with South Park Mall trying to distance themselves from Christmas. South Park Mall is all about fucking Christmas. But of course, Christians got all pissed off about it and demand they return the Christmas trees, so the South Park Mall folded immediately, and the Christmas tree is back. Because fuck change! But in order to sell his narrative, Josh Feuerstein outright lies about it. And that is only the first lie he tells in this small segment. Let me replay the second lie he tells.
To think about the fact that there's cities that are banning nativity scenes in front of churches because they don't want it to be offensive. And so
when I heard him make this claim that cities are banning nativity scenes in front of churches in order to keep from offending people, obviously this sounded like bullshit right off the bat. I mean, who the fuck is trying to ban a nativity scene at a church? It's a church. It's church property. They can put anything they fucking want there. Who has ever said otherwise? So I went and Googled it and found out that this has never happened once ever. No city has ever demanded any church anywhere take down a nativity scene from the front of their church. This is just a 100% bull-faced lie. But here's the thing. The people that listen to Josh Feuerstein do not give a shit what the truth is, and he knows that. He knows he can lie to them and get away with it because they do not care. All they care about is that Josh Feuerstein repeats back to them what they already believe. And what they believe is that they're persecuted. So my question is this. If you Christians really are persecuted and there really is a war on Christmas, why the fuck do people like Josh Feuerstein have to lie about it? If this problem actually existed, you would think you would be able to find tons of specific examples instead of having to make up shit and lie about it. Isn't the fact that you guys have to make up fake examples and lie about it proof that the war on Christmas doesn't actually exist? It's seriously time to give this stupid shit up, Christians. Nobody's buying it anymore. Logic.